There's a lot of videos like the one in the description here. I'm going to put a few clips of it. Can you really move to Japan for free? Live in Japan for free? Get an abandoned house and live there for free? Can you? Yes, you can. There's a lot more to it. It's not as simple as you might think, but I'm going to go through the process. This video is one of the... There's loads of them now. People are encouraged to move to Japan. The township, who's seeing the falling population and all these empty houses are just going to waste, you know, and they're perfectly good houses, ready to move in with no work, they're just ready to move in, but they're getting abandoned. The local township, who isn't going to abandon the town and move to the city, they want people that, like digital nomads or good people. If you're going to add something to the community and be a, you know, you're going to be an advantage rather than a disadvantage to the local community, they want you to move there. They'll give you a house for free. You know, you can just do it yourself, and when you're there, you show that you're adding, you're being of value rather than a burden to the local community. Be part of the community. It's a very good video. I'm going to go through the whole process. Watch these few clips, and the link is in the video description of the whole video. Watch it all, and after I'm going to go through the process and show you what you need to know.
These houses to digital nomads like myself and maybe you. All you have to do is offer up something else of value. For example, I'm a filmmaker. YouTube is what I do. So in exchange for letting me stay in one of the town's abandoned houses, I'm going to be helping the town film a few events and give a presentation to the local high school. Good on the outside, all things considered. I mean, he did say this is an abandoned house, one of the town's many abandoned houses. It looks pretty decent. I mean, I don't know. Not the typical abandoned that we're used to seeing. This way. So here we go. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, not bad. I mean, it smells a little dusty in here. Wow. Whoa. Yo, this is actually pretty good. Okay, let's check out one of these doors first. Let's work our way through the house here. Now, I'm told the electricity actually still works. Oh, there it is. I mean, everything is still hooked up. Here we go. This looks like a laundry room, as well as the water heater. And check it out, the shower. If y'all don't know, in most Japanese houses, the shower and the bathroom are actually split, which makes so much more sense. If someone's showering, you can actually, you know, take a sh**. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if it works. First abandoned house I've ever been in where the water works. And electricity, so not bad. Off to a pretty good start. Let's see if the water works in the rest of the apartment. Now moving into the living room here. Wow, guys, this is a lot of space. Check it out. Guys, this place is pretty big. There's a lot of open space in this house. It's a lot bigger in here than I thought. Like, it's all one story, but it's actually pretty good space here. Guys, there's even a bottle of Maker's Mark here. I don't know what this is about. Oh wow, there's also like an old radio like thing here in the corner. Now, the first bedroom here on the left looks pretty small, but I think it's got a lot of natural light. Nice corner room here. This is actually a lot of storage. Like this closet, I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera. Also, note how these doors are all sliding doors. Ooh, that one's a little crooked, but it's okay. We'll fix it. That's what we're here for. Alright, moving on to the next room here. This looks like the biggest room. It's got tatami mat flooring. I mean, hella old school Japanese. It's got a nice design on the closet on this one. Yeah, good amount of space. I like it. I might want to make this my room. Okay, and last room here looks like a whole bunch of storage actually. If you notice, it's just random stuff lying around right now. I guess we'll clean this up and it will be a third bedroom. Alright, looking at the kitchen here, pretty solid, not too bad actually. I mean, everything looks relatively clean actually. I mean, maybe a tiny bit dirty or rusty from points to points, but like, hey, this is pretty good for an abandoned house. Like, if these are the houses that are just lying around Shikoi being unused, it really is such a waste. Like, these are kind of nice to live in, not gonna lie. I'm actually really excited because we're actually gonna be able to furnish this whole place. It's kind of like a clean slate and we get to go just, I don't know, make it a home. So let's go do that. Wow. It's so clean. Look at this. It's beautiful in here, guys. The neighborhood cat is terrified of
I
us.
think I said something mean.
What'd you say, Cassie?
I wanted to say I love you, but I think I said you.
So I'm going to assume that you're interested in moving to Japan. You're at least a little bit intrigued. What would be required to move there and get a free house? So, from the UK, it costs about £300, 360 something, depending on a few factors, for a return flight. I use the cheapest ever airline, which is the Chinese airline. Perfectly fine. It's a cheap budget airline. You know, it's not going to be particularly luxurious. If you want to pay more, use another airline. You can pay £500, £600, but that's your flight. Now, I'd say go for a 90-day visa, 90-day tourist visa, quick and easy to try it out. If after your first trip and you like it and you want to do longer, I can help you get something called a J-Find visa. The J-Find visa, when you first look at it, you'll think, oh, it doesn't apply to me, I can't get it. It is possible to get it. The requirements are you need to have qualified from a top 100 university in the last 5 years. And I know that you say, well, that doesn't apply to me, I can't do it. You can do it, there is a way. Contact me, I can show you. You can download a degree from the degree mill, and you can fit, there's a few other hoops you have to jump through. It's not simple. You might be daunted, you know, I can't do that. You can do it, I can help you. You can get a 2-year visa. A 2-year visa. You're allowed to live and work in Japan. You're perfectly fine to be there for 2 years. If you want, you can extend it for even longer. It's up to you if you want to. That's a choice you'll have to make. So either 90-day tourist visa or the 2-year J-Find visa, you've got a trip to Japan. Now your flight, perhaps your flight to Narita, like Tokyo, you fly to Tokyo airport, you get a train from there. I'd say to start with, consider internet cafe. It's so cheap, it's like a couple of pounds. This is the other thing I want to talk about, because the pound has fallen so much. Sorry, the yen is falling so much compared to the pound, compared to most other currencies, even the other, like the Thai baht and these ones. The yen is falling. There's a lot going on. The yen carry trade is unwinding. They're raising interest rates. The yen is falling. Things are very, very cheap. From if you're a digital nomad, or if you've got an income, it might be a pension or an income, a business. If you've got an income from outside Japan, you move to Japan, things are very cheap. Now you can get an internet cafe or a small business hotel very, very cheap, just for a short time, while you go IKEA hunting. What is IKEA? It is an abandoned house. There are officially 9 million IKEA. I think it's way more than double that. It's millions of empty homes. Most of them are too far gone, okay? Most of them are just, it needs work on it. You can't move in straight away. But there are a lot that are ready to move into. If you saw that video, links in the description below, that's ready to move into. Electricity's working, water's working, gas bottles are working. And you keep using them until it stops working. And then you have solar panels. You can buy these fold-out solar panels, beautiful jobs, put them on the roof, wire coming into a big battery bank, and these big, massive battery banks. I have 2 or 3, like one in your bedroom, one in the kitchen, one in the living room, and you can take them with you and charge them and bring them back if you want. So you don't need, you can live off-grid, no problem at all, you can live off-grid. So let's go back to this. You choose a home. You got your visa, you've flown to Japan, you stay in a cheap accommodation while you're choosing a home. Now, I can help you with this. Me and my son, we do tours. We'll show you 100 homes if you like. You can choose one. Now, when you choose one that you like, it's the area you like, you want, and it's abandoned, you think it's abandoned, we can check it for you. You have to check land registry. Who is the last owner? Who's still down as the official owner? And it'll say Mr. Tamagashi or something. He deceased at this time. It's been this many years, this amount of time. Nobody's claimed it. There's a lot of reasons for this. The next of kin doesn't want to claim it. They have to put effort in. It's not just automatic, it's this. They have to put effort in with a solicitor and pay all the land tax, inheritance tax. If they don't want to do that, then it is abandoned. The last owner is deceased, nobody's claimed it, it is abandoned. You can break in, or you might be able to get in. I can help you get in. I use the credit card technique, or a bit of plastic. Most locks are easy to get in. Now, often I have found keys inside somewhere. That's quite often the case. If not, change the locks. It's not much. You don't need to be a professional locksmith, or you could hire a professional locksmith if you wanted to. But I could change locks for you. It's all part of the service if you want to hire our services. Change locks, you've got 2 sets of keys. You are now occupying, you're squatting in effect. In English we say squatting, there's words for it in Japanese. This is not wrong, and the reason I say it's not wrong, there's a law in Japan that if you squat for 10 years, you've got the option of claiming it as your own. You have to prove that you have occupied this abandoned house for 10 years, and it might be 20, there's a few, if there's different, between 10 and 20 years, you can then claim it as yours. I've occupied it for 10 years, no one's contested it, I'm going to claim it as mine, if you want to. I say, if you've lived there with no one contesting it for 10 years or longer, don't go and claim it as your own. Then you have to start paying land tax and all the other things. I'd say just keep living there off grid. So you've chosen a house, you start occupying it. Now you've got to show the local community, the neighbours, if there are any neighbours, or the local community, that you're adding something to the area. You're going to be an advantage to the community, not a disadvantage. You're going to have to be really friendly, you know, be super friendly, get involved with usually the local festival events. Be an addition to the community. You know, you're not a burden, you're adding something. Show the neighbours that you're there for the, you know, if you need help with anything, I'm here for you. We'll really try and be advantageous to the community. I can't stress that enough. You might get a little bit of criticism, how, you know, oh, you're just going to squatting there. But if anybody's like that, be super nice to them and say, yeah, I'm planning on after 10 years, I'm going to claim it as my own and I'm going to add to the community. You know, if I don't do that, the house is just going to go derelict. It won't be long before nature will take over and it will all be too far gone. I'm maintaining the house. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping the area clean. I'm being an advantage to the area. So you chose this house, you get there. Now, like this one you just seen in the little clip I showed, it's probably going to be dusty, it's going to need cleaning, and nearly always, in our experience, we found cleaning materials inside. A mop and a bucket, a brush. You know, you can start cleaning it, maybe get some new disinfectant. I found disinfectant in most of the houses, but maybe go to the convenience shop, go to the local shop, get some good disinfectant, clean it thoroughly, top to bottom, clean it really well. You're going to find a lot of rubbish in there. Usually the last person's deceased, or the family's gone in, they've looked through, taken anything that they want to keep, anything that's important to them, and the rest they just leave rubbish there. Now you could hire a K-truck, hire a truck, or hire a company to come and dispose of rubbish. Or you could, which is another option, you spend a day digging a hole in the garden and bury it all and wrap it all up in a tarp. The advantage of that is, if there was something that you wished hadn't been thrown away in the future, you could go and retrieve it. There might be something, somebody comes like, oh, there was this thing, I don't know what it is. It could be something. That's one option. It's cheap and easy. Just throw all the rubbish away in this big hole, cover it over, bury it. You've now got a nice empty house that you've cleaned top to bottom. It's all clean, disinfected. You've cleaned so that you're happy with it. I'm a bit of a clean freak. You've made it all a nice, clean place. Start again fresh. Now you could go and buy the things you need now, or, I mean, you don't have to throw everything away. If there's perfectly good furniture there, which it nearly always is, leave it there, just clean it. But if you don't like it, get rid of it and go looking for new stuff for free. It's hard for you to get your head around it if this is a new concept to you, but the Japanese population is falling by 1 million people every year. There's so many abandoned businesses, abandoned schools, abandoned hospitals, abandoned homes, abandoned hotels. They're all abandoned. If you've abandoned something, you've relinquished ownership of it. It is not wrong for someone else to take it. And there's all these, so many, like the schools, for decades they've had a nice thriving school, and there's like 6 schools, all as populations fall in, they all consolidate into 3, and then eventually they consolidate into 1. So those 5 schools are all empty now. You can go and find all sorts of stuff there. It's abandoned. It is abandoned. It is not stealing. As long as you're sure it's abandoned, you can find a ticket. Now, I say have a vehicle, or hire a vehicle, or together with friends who've got a vehicle. You go, what's the word for it? Scavenging. We say crafting, because often you're putting bits and pieces together, looking for cool stuff to put in your home. You'll find everything you need. Don't go and buy a fridge or microwave. Don't go and buy a rice cooker. Don't go and buy a cooker. If those things aren't already in the home that you've chosen, the chances are they are, but you might want to replace them with better ones. You can go and get these for free. The Japanese population is falling. and you can make a beautiful home. You can either do it on your own or with friends or with family. You can do this. I've got a lot more information to come about this. I am a consultant. If you want to do a consultation with me, I would love to help you if you're interested in moving to Japan for free. But please watch the entire video below.